What's up, guys? Good morning. Hope y'all are well today. It is a beautiful Friday, last day of the week. Let's try to make some money today, guys. We should have this. Oh man. What's up, Amazon, Jeremy, Explore? What's up, team? I know the music's probably too loud. I know we got at least somebody gonna complain about the music. Let me know if that works. That should be better, right? What's up, Bill? What's up, Michael Connor? I'm assuming you meant GM from Michigan. What's up, dude? What's up, guys? Alright. So my daughter's birthday's in like a month. And I think she's getting so bored that she just doesn't know what she wants for her birthday, right? First she came up to me and she was like, I want this $400 drawing tablet. It's like a digital drawing tablet that hooks up to a computer that she can just like draw all over. And so I was like, alright, I'll get you that. You know. Now she says she doesn't want that. And instead, she wants a violin. And so I guess I'll get her that. But she's indecisive. So I have a question to upgrade to the 600K account. The question is, should I? I don't know, bro. That's subjective. That's up to you, man. You're gonna have to figure that out, dude. I really don't know. I don't want to say the wrong answer. I don't even have a 600K account. What's the 600K account? Anyway. Ugh. What's up, man? My wife's family's out from Michigan. My wife's family is from I'm gonna check on the sound real quick. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, it's not that bad. Alright, guys. So, let's take a look what we got here. We got PVAC gapping up. PVAC gapping up from 579 to 772. We can look at the catalyst for PVAC here. Alright, so this is first quarter results. It put out second quarter actually EPS of $1.89 per $1.31 estimate. Sales of 91.379 million, missed the 102.23 million estimate. Hey bud, you're stealing some paper. You like drawing? Cutting out stuff. You're trying to get some paper. Okay, you can have some. My wife acts like paper is a precious resource over here. So, my son knows if he comes up to me, I'll give him a bunch of paper. There you go. Don't tell your mom. Alright. But yeah, my wife acts like paper is a precious resource over here. My son just wants to spark his own creativity and color, man. That's all he wants to do. Let him do it. You know? Alright, but yeah, PVAC is Penn, Virginia. And it had a second quarter EPS of $1.89 that beat the $1.31 estimate. Sales of $91.379 million, which was lower than the $102.23 million estimate. And so lower than expected sales, better than expected EPS. So we'll see what happens with that one. We also have PAR, which is a recent gap up, but I don't like the volume on this one. I might actually change this to only show like really good volume stocks. Let me see what that would look like if I change this gapper to only show me 1 million shares or less, or more. What would this thing look like? Probably better, I'm guessing.
Every time I cut, I draw some, even with a pencil.
What, buddy?
Every time I cut, I draw some, even with a pencil.
What?
Every time I draw,
Every time you draw something, you cut paper?
No, every time I cut.
Every time you cut paper, you draw something.
Yeah.
Okay. Great job.
But sometimes I don't.
But sometimes you don't. That's true. Great job, buddy. My son, ladies and gentlemen. He's 6. But yeah, CWH gap it up here. We can take a look at that. Honestly, I changed the volume for this, and it's probably much better, honestly, here. Like, this is only going to show me the real gappers with high volume, which is probably much more preferable overall over the lower volume gap scanners that I was looking at before, is what I'm guessing. And so, changing the volume on the gap scanner to a minimum of 1 million shares probably works better. Yes, Michael, that's accurate. What's up, Mohammed? What's up, dude? Well, I don't know if I want an account that big, dude. Sometimes I almost get myself in trouble with these accounts, man. And so I don't know if I even want an account that big, dude. You know? I don't even know if I want a big account like that. But yeah, CWH, that's just too big. I'm going to lose too much money. Alright, so then we have Camping World, which is CWH. They put out first quarter EPS of 22 cents per share, which missed the 6-cent estimate. Sales of 1.027 billion, which beat the 997.96 million estimate. So a little bit better than expected sales, a little bit worse than expected first quarter EPS. For CWH, which is Camping World, we'll see what happens with this one as well. We got PSTI. PSTI gapping up here from 8.49 to 10.50 for PSTI. Alright, and so this one, is Pluristem. They announced pricing of their registered direct offering for aggregate products or aggregate proceeds of 15 million. So they're putting out an offering to get some about 15 mil. Here, we've been listening to the same songs over and over again. Let me change this. There we go. Alright, so this is an offering at $9.45 a share. And so the offering is actually down here. But they are doing an offering.
Does this look like a magnet?
What?
Does this look like a magnet?
Look like a magnet?
Yeah.
It looks just like a magnet. Come show everybody. Looks just like a magnet.
One of those magnets. Not one of those.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the little horseshoe-shaped magnets, right?
What?
You're talking about like a horseshoe-shaped magnet.
What's
A horseshoe.
What's a horseshoe?
It looks like a U.
You mean a U?
A U-shaped magnet. Yes, that's correct. Great job. But yeah, PSTI had a registered direct offering. So that's what's going down with this. We'll see what happens with it. PSTI. Keeping an eye on it. We got LIF, HLF, Herbalife, everybody's favorite multi-level marketing company. It's gapping up. It had a maintained rating by Citigroup. For Herbalife, it also had first quarter adjusted earnings and revenue that both went up. And so even though it's a multi-level marketing company, it's still doing well, I guess. So whatever. I'm not mad at them, I guess. Let them do their thing. I'm not signing up for them, though. We also have Axel. Gapping up, we've got Riot, old school one. We've got SPWR. Look at SunPower Tech, man. Look at this one. It's been a while since I traded this one, and honestly, look at the levels. Like, look at these levels. I haven't looked at this one in like at least 6 months, right? And look at the levels. The levels are still there. Look at the high of pre-market today. Seriously, look at that. I must have drawn that level 6 months ago. Look at that. It's still there. It still works. The level's still there. Look at that for SPWR. But yeah, it's gapping up from 726 all the way up to 829 or so. But look at that, man. That level's still there. All right, let's take a look and see why this is going on. All right, so it had a first quarter net loss that was tighter. Sorry, guys. OBS just crashed. Sorry guys, I'll be right back. OBS crashed. I'm gonna go plug my Ethernet cord in so it doesn't happen anymore. So I'll be right back, guys. Alright, I got OBS back working, so sorry team. But yeah, we have QRVO here. QRVO. Yeah, we're back. Alright, so QRVO saw first quarter revenue that increased from of 710 to 750 million. So increased revenue, good EPS is what QRVO is up on. So positive results. Again, it had sales of 710 to 750 million versus 707.8 million estimate. EPS of 113 versus the 107 estimate. It's a better than expected sales and EPS for QRVO. I'll watch this one as well. If somebody else is asking me to take a look at Apple here, and I want to look at the overall market first because I think Apple is one of the big influencing stocks of the overall market. And so with that, I'd like to take a look at the market here first. And you can see the market's gapping up to the 290s. It's at 291.64 here. And this is the first time we've seen the market this high in a while, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, we are effectively... Okay, so we got up to 295 or so on the 30th of April. And so now we are up to 291. So we still got some room until we break the highs, but we are up and bullish on the day. Some news releases that I see coming out today are Trump has not yet made a decision on the China trade deal. He does not believe China released the coronavirus on purpose and says they will decide soon on WHO funding. Yeah, I mean, like I said, him coming out with all those conspiracy theories is a terrible thing and just was dumb. It was unnecessary. It was not the right time. And, you know, overall, like, we need to focus on one thing at a time, in my opinion. Not, you know, this and then, like, let's just stir the pot up a little bit. I just didn't think that was a good idea. And so I actually like the fact that he is now saying he's clarifying he did not believe that they started it, which is a good thing to say, and I think he needs to say that because I think it made him look really bad when he said that. Not even because whether it's true or untrue, but because it showed that he had no discretion and no patience.
It's a maze.
It's a maze. It's a beautiful maze, buddy. Thank you.
And there's a tricky part.
That is a tricky part. That's a great job. Look at this maze, guys. I don't know how I'm gonna beat this maze. Great job, though, buddy. I'm impressed. Great job. I'll do it after. Can I do it after work?
Yeah.
All right, bud. But yeah, and like I said, I'm not trying to hate or criticize Trump. I'm indifferent to it all, to be honest. But I think that was an important clarification that needed to come out.
I'm just gonna say you only do it with the pencil because if you don't, everybody will get to do it.
Okay.
Because you have to pencils erase.
Okay. What's up, kiddos? What's up, son? Hey, what's up, KC Mac? How you doing, dude? Hope you're doing well, bro. Hope you're doing well, man. Dude, I finally scaled up in size, KC. Like, I've been taking 1,000 shares, 500,000 shares every day. My heart's been racing, but I'm getting used to it, honestly. I'm not stressing it as much anymore. I ended up losing yesterday, I think, but oh no, wait, I did have a win yesterday. I did win yesterday. I feel like I won like $2.99. But point is, I scaled up in size. But yeah, we can look up the market news here. We got a few catalysts that come out. Trump said he's going to get interviewed on Fox and Friends at 8 a.m. today. That was an hour ago. Alright, so the S&P futures are up 1%. Zanu reported late Thursday the U.S.-China trade rep held call and made good progress on working towards making a Phase 1 agreement a success. And you know, I think if Trump and a U.S. representative did talk to China, I would not be surprised if one of their conditions for working with them towards a trade deal was that Trump took back what he said about them starting it. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if that was like one of their underlying conditions of working together to get the trade deal done, is that Trump had to say what he said. And like I said, I think that's not a surprise if that is the case, because again, you know, I don't know. Either way, we also have Uber here gapping up, and look at this move on Uber. And then after this, I'm going to look up Apple. I know somebody asked about Apple here. Uber CEO came out and said that they're going to create a healthcare fund for drivers during the pandemic. He also said on earnings, assisting drivers during the pandemic and more. Touched on that. He said Uber Eats is becoming an important lifeline for many restaurants and small businesses, and he says that they have seen when customers start using Eats, they tend to stick with it over time. And he said all of this on CNBC. That's all quoting from what he said on CNBC today. And so I guess him coming out with that bullish talk is causing the push to go up. I think they also had first quarter results that came out yesterday. Yesterday at after hours, I'm guessing. So yeah, late yesterday. Alright, so here's Uber's releases. They had earnings that came out. They announced a quarterly loss of nearly $3 billion Thursday. Okay, that's cool, buddy. Hey, okay, thank you, bud. But hey, you gotta let me finish work. So in a few, in an hour or two, okay? All right. But yeah, so they basically came out and said that they lost $3 billion in the last quarter, $2.94 billion to be exact, or $1.70 a share, and that was compared with a loss of $1.01 billion in the year ago period. But revenue went up 14% to $3.54 billion from $3.1 billion in the year ago period. And analysts surveyed by FactSet estimated a loss of 84 cents a share on revenue of $355 billion. Alright, so it actually had worse than expected revenue and a larger loss than FactSet had originally estimated. But they did take a $2.7 billion impairment write-down, which said it was, quote, primarily related to our investments in Didi and the credit loss allowance recorded on our investment in Grab. It exited its operation in parts of Asia in exchange for stake in those two Asian ride-hailing companies. So I guess all of that is causing some bullish sentiment, even though the numbers weren't great for Uber. So we'll see what happens. This one's going to be very volatile, and this is honestly a stock that I've been trading a ton lately. I've really been trading this one a solid amount lately in the market. I've been trading it a bunch. And so with that, it's going to be an interesting one to check out and watch. Yeah, jump in with big size and scalp out. That's about right. What's up, Alex? What's up, Kiddis? What's up, son? Yeah, I don't think Uber has either, man, honestly. I don't think they have either, man. But hey, let them do their thing. I'm not mad at them, But yeah, we'll see what happens. We can also look at Apple here, and then I'm going to look at the overall market. So Apple is up some as well. But with that said, you guys know I had my largest trade ever. Earlier this week, I made about $5,000 from Uber. About 5,000 from Uber alone. And so with that, yeah, Uber's the stock I made my largest win ever on. And so with that said, I might trade it today depending on how it looks. Alright, Apple awarded $10 million from Advanced Manufacturing Fund to Copen Diagnostics. It's weird, we look up Apple, I don't see any catalyst today. No news that was out today about Apple specifically. And so yeah, I mean, this one's up. We can look at some levels here if you guys want to. Here's a good level, 307. It's confirmed that multiple times. We also have 305 and then this previous closing price. And so these are the levels I would watch. If we look at the long-term chart, we are at what, 306.30s now. If we look at the long-term chart, we are right here. And so we might run into some resistance at 310. And then that lifetime high, or not the lifetime high, but the high of this year is up there. What's the lifetime high? 327. So maybe that is the lifetime high up there. Yeah, so this is the lifetime high up here, so maybe we'll run up there. And I think, you know, I was talking to somebody yesterday. About what would some good long-term investments be, right? What good long-term investments be?
I might do goldfish card.
What?
I might do goldfish card.
I know, there's a slight delay for anybody that uses Trade Ideas scanners, Michael. So like anybody that uses Trade Ideas scanners, there's going to be a small delay. But again, it's anybody that uses scanners.
I might do goldfish card.
Yeah, that's cool, buddy. But yeah, so I was talking to somebody about like good potential investments. And like I think Apple is one of those stocks, like when you're thinking about long-term investments, right? When you're really trying to think about what you want to invest in, right? Like specifically long-term here, like what you want to invest in long-term, I think Apple makes sense. I think Apple is one of those stocks that just has huge namespace in our culture, just huge namespace. And like it's been dominating the phone market for years now, you know, and I can't see it going anywhere else. I think people are going to continue to use Apple phones. The only way I could see them not is, and I think Apple computers has grown because of that as well. But I think the only way Apple is not going to continue rising is if another phone that completely changes the game gets introduced. And until then, I think Apple's just going to be the alpha of the technology sector. And so with that, we'll see what happens with this one. If you have anything more specific you want me to look at, let me know, guys. We also have a few other drops today. Like we have Net that is down. Net is gapping down some. They put out adjusted first quarter loss that narrowed. Revenue went up. They retained 2020 target, but somehow it's down. Wonder why. It had better sales, good EPS, or no? Why is it down then? It had good revenue and everything, but now it's down. So who knows? Stocks are a fickle group. The trade desk is gapping down as well. TTD. Oh yeah, guys, and you guys want me to tell you something? Like, first quarter results that were negative for TTD here. What's up, Casey? Alright, so let me catch back up on the chat. We got a few questions. John, when you sell your position size, do you sell using limit? Or I hit the market on this one, but that's a very unique situation that I don't suggest most people do with their platforms.
You have to do 4 laps to unlock this dragon skin.
No, that's cool, buddy. But hey, you gotta let me work, okay? Thank you, bud. But yeah, when I'm scalping, like you'll see me do this, right? Like my favorite scalping strategy, I have a few, right? Lately I've been using low of the day breaks and high of the day breaks, but I think I've been getting a little bit more impatient. I think I've been scalping too much. I think I've been trading too much, but one of my favorite strategies, let me see if I can find a good example of it. There's two of them. One of them is when we break below the previous closing price. I short into it holding there. But the other one is when something like this happens. Here's a good example. Okay, so if we really look at AMD here, right? This is a really good example. So we see AMD, and we see that it formed a low right here at 53.95. Right? Not only did it form a low there, but it's also a whole dollar, so I could essentially risk off of the whole dollar of 53. And so whenever a stock forms a confirmed low underneath the VWAP, which was an intraday trend indicator, right? The VWAP's an intraday trend indicator, and so when a stock maintains below the VWAP, it's maintaining a downward trend. And so with that said, there's two strategies here that you could either really take advantage of. But one of my favorite scalping strategies is when we get a low like this that's formed. You can see a lot of confirmation in this level here. And then we get a nice break of that level. You know, I like jumping in short here. Like as soon as that break happens, and then I can just risk off of the whole dollar up here. You know, that's been a very profitable scalping strategy. And so again, what I'm essentially doing is I'm waiting for a confirmed low to form underneath the VWAP. So meaning a downward trend, right? Underneath the VWAP is key here, because the VWAP, when it gets rejected and comes back below the VWAP, it's confirming that downward trend, that downward short-term trend, right? So that shows weakness. You know, long traders start to cover their positions, and we subsequently get a nice little drop because of that. And my OBS keeps going out, guys. Sorry guys, I'm not happy. My OBS keeps dying. But regardless, we are back. I see that we're actually back here. And so with that said, like I said, that's really what I've been doing, and it works really, really well. The other one that I'm talking about here, yeah, I know, I'm back. We're back. I know, my OBS keeps dying. We're back. Sorry guys. Yeah, we're back. On Disney, I got you. What's up, Mark? What's up, Voosh? What's up, Leo? Yeah, guys, I'm back. We'll be alright. Yeah, this is the second time it's happened today, man. It's the second time my stream has died. It doesn't happen very often. I plugged my Ethernet cord in. That should fix it, but, you know, it is what it is. It could be my crazy neighbor that was obsessed with my wife. Just sitting over there trying to mess with my stream because he's all weird. That's plausible, too. I'll tell you that story after the stream. Y'all want a story? Stick around for story time. But yeah. So, anyways, that's one scalping strategy. The other one is just a VWAP fade variation, and so the other one is this right here. So let me show you guys. Wait, I almost lost it. There it is. Okay, so the other one is this right here, team. So the other one I call a fake out fade, and I've talked about this one a ton. It's when a stock pushes below the VWAP after putting in a high above it. So the big key is that it puts in a high up here, right? I could risk off of this high up here. This one, in this case, is at like 53.17, 53.15 or so. And so when it gets rejected and then bounces back to the VWAP, I short into that on a short-term basis, you know. And then a lot of the time I'll catch this break as well down here that I talked about. But again, I look for a stock to put in a high above the VWAP, get rejected, and then bounce back to it right there, and then get rejected and come back down. And that's a very profitable strategy as well. And so I have a few kind of strategies that I look for with scalps. Most of them are strategies that I understand from long positions that I've taken, that I understand from a lot of different stuff. And so yeah, thank you, buddy. Alright, well, my stream is back. We've been dying all morning. Alright. So Disney here. Disney's super bullish, guys. And if you guys heard me, I've been telling people Disney's bullish, man. The reason Disney's bullish is because Disney owns everything, man. Disney can have some bad news that come out. It can drop from this big market fail that it's been in, right? But the reality is that Disney is one of the strongest companies in the market. Like, it goes back to what I say. Like, you want to know what to hold long term. Disney owns everything. Disney sort of owns the UFC. I love the UFC. It not only owns that, but it owns everything else, man. Disney owns the UFC, it owns Star Wars, it owns Marvel. You know? Disney's gonna rip up. Disney's gonna be bullish long term. Disney's gonna take over the world, in my opinion. And so, maybe it doesn't, but I can only see Disney push it up long term. It might have short term variations and swings, but long term, Disney is taking over the world, I think. And it has been for the last 50 years or so. Yeah, we can look at PayPal. PayPal's up. The interesting level with PayPal is where that previous close is. You can see the previous close right here at 146.28, and I think that's a really interesting level, right where that previous close is. We'll see if it stays there. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Dan. Welcome, man. I appreciate the love, bro. Hey, I don't know if they own Pixar. They might. Let me look. Yeah, so Disney owns Pixar, too. So yeah, Disney owns Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel, the UFC. The UFC, technically Disney owns the UFC's parent company. So like Disney owns everything, every media Disney owns basically. And I think that's only going to benefit them more and more as time goes on, right? Like they've spent a lot of money on these acquisitions over time, but those are going to pay themselves back tenfold over the long run. And I think Disney is very bullish long term. But maybe I'm wrong, you know, I could be wrong. That's possible. I'm not much of a long-term investor, you know. mRNA, you think it's going to keep dropping or hold? I don't know, man. I think that it depends on what the hype of the coronavirus does. We put out first quarter results. I think that's why it's so volatile right now. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Connor. Welcome, man. Appreciate the love, dude. But yeah, it's going to present at an upcoming conference, and so that might cause some bullish news for mRNA. It's supposed to be presenting in the Bank of America Securities 2020 Healthcare Conference on Tuesday, May 12th, and so that is in 4 days, and the UBS Global Healthcare Conference on Monday, May 18th. And so yeah, it's going to be presenting, and if it presents some good stuff, I mean, I could see mRNA going up. It just depends on what it does today. And so is May 12th Tuesday? Yeah, my math is way off. But yeah, so I would be kind of interested Monday on mRNA. And I think mRNA might rip up Monday because it has these two healthcare conferences that it's going to be presenting at. One on Tuesday, the 12th, and one on Monday, the 18th. And so next week, basically, it's presenting some stuff. Next week and the week after, it's going to be presenting some stuff. And so in the next week or two, depending on what happens now, it could be interesting. All right, but yeah, we can also look at the SPY itself here. And again, the SPY is just ripping up today. Let's see if we can find an ETF preview or something to go over. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Darren. Hey, shout out to my man, Darren. Hey, welcome back, Darren. Appreciate the love, dude. Shout out to my man, Dan, for becoming a member. We got my man. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you, sir. Shout out to Darren, bro. Thank you, man. Like I said, guys, a great way to help support us. We're just a free resource and community. Like, here's the thing, right? Like, our channel, we try to go the different path, right? Like, you're in the day trading space, and what do you get, right? You get a bunch of people acting like gurus in the trading space, right? Everybody's afraid to admit they don't know something. You know, everybody's afraid to admit they don't know something. That might hurt their credibility, whatever, right? Here at Beginner Trading, we literally just try to give everything to everybody for free. And if we don't know something, we straight up say we don't know. You know, like a lot of times people say, hey, what's this stock doing long term? And I'll be like, yo, I don't know, man. I don't know what it's going to do. It might go up, it might go down. I really don't know, and I don't want to tell people the wrong answer. And so that's the epitome of what we do here, is that, you know, we don't know. No, we're just a free resource and community, guys. So I appreciate the support that we get from people like Darren. Shout out to my man Darren for becoming a member. I really appreciate it, bro. Thank you, dude. But yeah, the SPY is up. See if I can find any market news for the SPY. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and read some of the news on the market. Thank you, buddy. Oh, wow. Look at this. Oh, man. This is my favorite one, dude. Look at this. Look at my son's LSU sign. I'm going to put that up. Go. That's right. Go Tigers. That's right. My son's an LSU fan over there. That's right. Training them young. That's right. Alright. Thank you, buddy. I love it. Thank you. But yeah, the SPY is up. What? Yes. That is true. But yeah, the SPY is up. Oil is higher as well today. Global benchmark crude up 0.7%. West Texas Intermediate up 0.6%. We can look at like the U.S. oil fund here and see that oil is up. We can look at natural gas and look at like UGAZ and see natural gas is actually down today. Data is expected to show 21.5 million at 8:30, but I think that probably already came out today. So yeah, we have some April numbers that came out. Number one is April non-farm payroll falls 20.5 million versus the 21.5 million expected. April unemployment went up 14.7% versus the 16.4% expected. And so better than expected unemployment numbers that came out, and that might be positively affecting the market as well. The April work week was 34.2 hours versus 33.6 hours expected, with the prior revised to 34.1. And so we had a little bit better April work week numbers than expected, with, again, we expected 33.6 and we put out 34.2 April work week hours. We had April hourly earnings, which went up 0.5% versus the 0.4% estimate. And so overall, guys, the numbers that came out were actually a little bit better than expected for the most part. We did have April non-farm payroll plummet down to 20.5, but it beat expectations of 21.5 million. So we did have better than expected numbers that came out for specifically non-farm payroll, unemployment, and the April hourly work week numbers. And so all of those were a little bit better than expected, and I think that's going to cause the market to go up short term as well here. Get out of here with the roll tide. Yeah, go Tigers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Jeremy. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, we're Louisianians over here. I grew up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That's my hometown. Went to a lot of Tiger games and a lot of tailgating sessions for LSU. And if you don't know, LSU's like a cult in Louisiana, man. You know, we got the Crimson Tide over there as our natural born enemy that we beat this year. Joe Burrow, yes sir. Going to the Bengals though, but feels good, man. Feels good. I still say this though. Nick Saban is the single greatest college football coach of all time. People hate on Nick, especially in Louisiana, but he won us championship, and you know, he's, again, objectively speaking, Nick Saban is the best college football coach there's ever been, 100%. But yeah, the SPY is up. We'll see what happens. Those are actually pretty positive numbers that came out for the SPY itself. Where are the weed stocks at? I got you, Daniel. I got you, bro. Here you go. We got CGC. CGC, not much of a range. Very minimal range. We have CRON. Same thing. We have APHA. You got ACB. And so these are all the cannabis stocks. They're not really moving that much. Again, CGC, CRON. You got TLRY as well. You got APHA. You have CRON. You got ACB. All of those are cannabis stocks. You got NBEV as well. Those are all weed stocks. Alright guys, like I said, if you have anything specific you want me to look at, let me know. Another one we had is BYND, man. BYND put a pretty strong move the other day. It's been moving up nicely. It's at 123.60. So BYND is one that I might be watching a little bit more often as well. TWLO was a big mover from yesterday that not many people, that a lot of people traded. We have the drop coming now. Oh, that's a great job. That's a great job. Here, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Look at this. It says LSU. Tiger. Great job. Looks just like a tiger. I know exactly what it is. Great job, buddy. Can I keep this? Okay, I'm gonna keep this right here. Thank you, buddy. I know. I'm gonna keep it right here. There we go. I got my son drawing tigers now. But yeah, we got TWLO, which I'm gonna watch. It's still got a lot of room on the upside. A lot of room on the, or not on the upside. I'm sorry. It's still got a lot of room to come down. It's up so much already. I'm definitely gonna be watching this one to see if it comes down some. I'm from Louisiana, man. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Snap? Alright, I'll check out Snap. Work. Snap looks interesting. And it's up. Let me see. Yeah, Snap is up past the highs of the last, what day is this? The last few months. So the last time, we're breaking the high from the last, what is it, February? Last 2 months, 3 months. So Snap is up there. It's interesting too. But I think the big watch of the day is going to be Uber. Uber's just making a massive move today. A massive move. We also have some interesting levels that we can look at for Uber, specifically at 32.50 right here. We've got 34.20. We've got 33.50 right here as well. All those levels look interesting too. Tell him to draw. You're doing your thing at work. Yeah, for sure. He's a good kid. I'm gonna be nice to him. But yeah, like I said, you guys have anything else specific you want me to take a look at? Let me know. Thoughts on Roku? Alright guys, let's do this though. I'm ready. You guys ready to trade? Should be a fun day. I'm going to be taking some big swings like I always do, guys. Some big swings. It should be fun. I'm ready for it. And so let's do it. Thoughts on play? Oh, somebody else wanted me to look at Roku. Work is interesting. Looking at the long-term chart, I mean, I think it broke over a really big level here, which was right here. It broke over this 3060 level, which was the high from the last, few months as well. But the last time it was over this level was back in September of last year, and so I think this level had confirmed multiple times up here at around 3050 or so for work, and we actually just broke under that. And so right around here is the high, and so this is a big level, 3060, 3050. Right around here. And I think these two levels are really interesting to see if they maintain above it and see if we hold above this level or what really happens here. And I think that's going to be the most interesting thing to take a look at. Thoughts on play? Play doesn't have enough volume for me. Dave & Buster's, I think whenever the market opens back up, this one will pop back up a lot because this one is one of the ones that really got hit from all of this news.
This is the first one and this is the last one.
Oh, thank you, buddy. That's great, bud. But hey, buddy. Hey, bud. Hey, come here. Alright, sorry. But yeah, Play is one of the ones, Dave & Buster's is one of the ones that got hit a big amount from the coronavirus. This is a company, Dave & Buster's is basically like a bar/arcade, and so with that, nobody's going to Dave & Buster's during the coronavirus. And so again, I think this one got seriously hit from all of this lockdown stuff, and I think when everything starts to rebound, by that logic, Dave & Buster's will probably rebound as well. As for the long-term viability of it, though, I really don't know. We have like what's called main event here, so it's kind of like a Dave & Buster's. But yeah, as for the long-term viability, I don't know. Short-term, when the market opens back up and the economy gets better, then this should move back up on a short-term basis, I would think. Thoughts on Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft? Long term, I would go with either Sony most likely, or Microsoft. But again, it's hard to tell. Those are ones that I'm a little bit less confident in overall. It's Sony and Microsoft. So yeah, I'm a little bit less confident in those. What's up, Too Fast? What's up, Kiddus, Daniel, FA, Eric, Steve? Somebody wanted me to look at Roku here as well. Alright, so Roku gapping down big here. And again, you can see these levels that I drew previously. I don't know when I drew these, but it's still respecting that 129 level that I drew. Let's look at the long-term chart. So we are right here. And there's a lot of support and resistance here at like 127.50. And so 127.50 I think is a really big level. It's also right around the previous closing price. And so 137.50 I mean. But yeah, so I would watch all of these levels. You do have a big shadow fill here. And maybe like this level here at 130s. But yeah, this range is interesting basically. Like even if I remove this, it has formed a little bit of a confirmed range in pre-market, and so I would look at like this range right here and wait, that's the wrong thing. I would wait for like this range to break. See if we could break that, or maybe even like this range right here, maybe, But that's what I would watch. See if we could feel some of the gap on the upside. And obviously, if it pulls back down to 123s, it could break there as well. Hey, what's up, Gavin? Okay, so that's you. So that's Mark Cuban. I got you. What's up, Lewis? What's up, dude? Cool, man. Slither.io. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, that's true. Where's my glasses? FSLY. I think the previous closing price is probably the biggest level here for FSLY. I think that this is a big level. These are probably the biggest level. So I would look at like 31.50 or 30.50. I would look at 32, the whole dollar. I would look at the whole dollar of 33, and then I would look at 33.58, which is the previous closing price. And then if we break all of that, I would look up here to that previous high of the day from yesterday. And so that's what I would watch, are these levels right here for FSLY. Tesla. Yeah, man. Tesla. So Elon Musk just came on Joe Rogan's Experience for the second time. So we actually know how to pronounce his son's name. Elon Musk just had a son, and now we know how to pronounce his name. Elon Musk's son's name is, I think it's like X Ash is how you pronounce it. I never understood why people give people crazy names. But I'm a Pokemon fan. I love Ash. Ash is dope. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Ivan. Welcome to the team, man. You know. But yeah, Tesla 290, 296, 78 or 796, 790, and 780 or so are the levels I'm watching for this one. And so with that said, we got less than 5 minutes, team. Let's do this. Alright guys, so like I said, it's time to take some swings. We're going to do it again, guys. We're going to do it again. It should be fun. Wish me luck, team. Should be a fun day in the market, guys. We got 5 minutes. Let's do this. Thanks for the analysis. I think FSLY ran too much yesterday. No stress. Long or short on Uber? I don't know, man. It's up so much already. Ooh, that's a bad joke, Eddie. A terrible joke, man. I gotta delete that, bro. That's a terrible joke. But so the SPY is at 291.11s. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and read the ETF preview that recently came out. Alright, so basically, I'm going to go ahead and start running through this news that just came out. So number one is non-farm payrolls came out. They declined 20.5 million compared with expectations of 21.5 million decline in the fall of 701,000 jobs in March. So a little bit better than expected drop in non-farm payroll numbers. Private payrolls fell 19,520 versus the 20.93 million. While manufacturing payrolls were down 1,300 versus forecast for 22.25 million. And this is all quoting from MT Newswires. The unemployment rate jumped to 14.7 from 4.4% in the previous months, and expectations were for 16.4%. And looking ahead, data on March wholesale trade will be out at 10 a.m. Eastern, which is in about 33 minutes, and it's projected to decline 1% compared with the fall of 0.7 in the prior month. 0.7%, that is. Again, we could take a look at a few other stuff here, specifically commodities. And so we can look at oil, which crude is up 1%. The U.S. oil fund is up nearly 2%. Natural gas is down roughly 2%. We can look at like UGAZ, and we can look at the U.S. Natural Gas Fund to see natural gas is down today. We can look at gold, which is up 0.1%, which is negligible. The Spider Gold Trust is up 0.3%. Silver is up 1%, and iShares Silver Trust is up about 2%. And so that's the market news today, guys. We'll see what we get. We've got a lot of volatility. We're going to take some swings. Another day with 500 to 1,000 shares in the market. Wish me luck, guys. It's day 3 of trading this big. It's day 3, and we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck, guys. Let's get everything ready, and let's get ready for the open, guys. Here, bud, I'm working right now, buddy. I'm sorry. Alright. There we go. That should be just about perfect for all of these screens, guys. Wish me luck, team. Look at Peloton drop here, guys. Look at PTON drop. Crazy. Hey, let's go, guys. Let's do it. Here's the market open. Hey, good luck to you all as well. Let's do this. Over 1,000 profit by 11 a.m. Hey, I hope you're right, dude. It's all about that visualization, sir. You know, it's all about visualizing the win, team. Let's do this. My biggest come up was this week already. It was 5K. I don't think I'm going to hit that again. But here we go, guys. Here's the bell. We got 10 seconds. Let's do this. PayPal, big drop before the bell, too. Look at PTON and then look at PayPal dropping. There's the bell, team. Here's the SPY. SPY popping up a little bit, man. Load charts. What are you doing, Thinkorswim? There we go. Alright, man. About to give me a seizure here with this. Alright, so yeah, we got 291.16. There goes my computer. Sounding like a rocket ship. We got MU popping up here. We've got PayPal with a huge drop right before the bell, guys. Look at this PayPal drop. Look at this move here. Huge drop on PayPal right before the bell. And we're actually up since the bell, but so far I'm seeing MU's up, TWLO's up, Uber's up, Lyft is up. PayPal is down big, but it hasn't moved much since the market opened, and AMD has not moved much either. It's consolidating some. But yeah, there's the PayPal breaking lows here. AMD just broke under the previous closing price. We got MU that might be testing lows here as well. But the SPY is down. SPY is dropping. Uber's pushing up, though, bouncing off of that 3250 level. And TWLO is dropping some as well here. And so we are getting some drops and some big movement here for the market. Yeah, we're getting back down. We'll see what happens. Oh, wait, there's Mitch. All right, wait, let's get Mitch in here. What's up, bro? Yeah, let me get the volume right. Alright, let me know what this sounds like. What's up, Mitch? Alright, so PTON is below 42 bucks. It's below 42. We got MU ripping up here. AMD about to break highs.
Yo.
Yo, what's up, dude? Alright, we got AMD pushing up, breaking highs. It's at 52.25 here. But the SPY is dropping. And so... why is that one chart weird on this one? Look at the SPX. Alright, MU looking strong.
Alright, guys. Just got a little short here. Just got a little short in LVS. Risking off the high there. There you go, looking good here.
There you go.
Trying to scalp this right here. Just scalp the momentum down to 48.25s. That's where I think it could go down to. I have a stop placed at the high of the day, just in case it just swings around on me.
Yeah, click the live button on the bottom, Felix. It's probably not on our end. It's probably on your end, I'm guessing.
It's looking good right now. See if we can get this to crack down below the 50s. Let's see if we can crack it.
Yeah, AMD's starting to break down underneath that previous closing price, so I'm watching for that. See if we can hold underneath there. The S&P quickly broke under the lows, but then immediately bounced back. The SPY's breaking lows too.
Yep, I'm short because at the end of the day, I saw today the resorts and casino up with their consumer cyclicals. So, took a shot here. $75s would get me out, guys.
So AMD's testing this previous closing price, which is at 51.95. We break underneath that. I'm going to short into it with 500 shares. SPY and S&P testing lows. We need to break on AMD though.
There you go, looking great here, guys. I'm going to add into this. We just broke down big there. I'm looking to add.
Alright, I just jumped in AMD with 500 shares. I'm going to use the previous closing price roughly as my risk, which is not that much. And then we also have the whole dollar resistance above me with my 500 shares.
Just got a huge breakdown here in LVS, guys. Looking great.
Alright, I'm about to get stopped out of this one. Oof, squeezed out. $63 loss, pretty small relative to everything, but AMD bounced and completely faked me out there. Market's breaking lows though. I think I might have to find a stock that trends a little bit better with the market as opposed to AMD and MU lately.
Alright, guys, just nailed that first trade there. I'm looking for stocks to come down. I'm seeing Marriott come down there, Hilton, Chegg come down there. I just got the low of the day there on LVS. We'll look for a VWAP bounce, VWAP fade now.
AMD fakes me out completely. Too big of wicks though for AMD. I think I gotta move on to something else.
Alright, guys, looking to short more here when it pops up here. Seeing MGM come down also.
You're back, Felix? You got it straight. Yeah, everybody's saying there's a lag or there's like a delay. It's not long at all. And if it's super long, you probably just got to press the live button next to your play button at the bottom.
expect a push up here in LVS, almost breaking out to 48.75, and then I want to see a big rejection off that level.
Alright, S&P breaking lows again. We'll see what happens here. I'm still watching Uber. Market breaking lows. I just jumped in with 300 shares of Uber here, which is actually a pretty solid position. I'm going to take profits quick and be very loose with this, or very, very strict with this. There we go. 70s. Okay, I'm gonna take half off there. Just nailed a little bit, only holding 100 shares left. We're gonna see if we get a nice little breakdown for the rest of this, and then keep it easy. I'm gonna just get out there. So, made my money back, or half of it at least. Only down 34 bucks. We'll see what else we can find. Little scalp on Uber with 300 shares. AMD looks like it might push up and break highs here. Alright guys, so let's see what else we got. AMD about to break highs. Maybe I'm going to take a little bit on that as well. Let's start with 500 on AMD. What, Jack? Sorry. Let's buy bouncing a little bit. Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to short there. Oh my gosh, I just made an accidental trade on Uber. I literally just accidentally made 70 bucks, 60 bucks, 50 bucks. I swear that was a complete accident. My son yelled, and I looked, and I let go of the button. I literally just had an accidental trade, and then I immediately got out of it. Oh my gosh, man. Did anybody see that? Yeah, I'm up. Okay, people saw that. Wow. Completely by accident, this last one was. Complete accidental trade, guys. I really did not even mean to take this trade. I was looking at Uber, but I was just immediately up because I caught it right in the middle of the drop. But man, complete accident. Made 50 bucks. Let me see. I don't know how much I made, but man, I'm up on the day. I'll take it. Ugh, man. There you go. People see it. It's alright. I mean, they can try to break into my account. I mean, but yeah, I just accidentally made 50 bucks.
All right, short there, guys. Short C. That's Citigroup shorting the financials. Risk is off 45.70s. Got in there at 45.60s.
There's Uber. That's the move I wanted to catch. I'm gonna short with 200 shares. Try to scale into this one a little bit bigger. Because Uber just broke lows, and then it's rebounding here. I'm gonna add another 200 and then use the $0.50 as my risk. There we go. 40s.
All right, guys, looks good here. I'll pop in the 60s and I'll probably add.
I took half off, holding 200 shares on Uber. 200 shares left. Trying to ride this thing down, see how much we can. I'm only holding 100 shares left now, though. Just to show you guys real quick. I'm just gonna get out here before we get the pop. So up 55 on the day, small, but growing, working it. We'll see what else we get. Caught the low of the day test on Uber. I'll put Mitch back up here.
Saw a lot of shares go through at this kind of 70 point right here when it hits 69. So I'm looking for a rejection really quickly here. That will show that there's big shorts on top of it. Anything over 70, I'll get out. Looking for LVS to come back up here towards the 65s and 75s. About to stop out if it goes over 70. All right, like that rejection right there, guys. That rejection is really good here. There you go, that looks great. Just added a little bit there. I don't want it really fast. It's 66 now. All right, LVS getting right towards that spot on my trend line where you could short it again and risk off 75s. It's really getting interesting for me. I'm gonna try to get it, but I'm also trading this one, so let's see what I can do here. All right, guys, should see a nice washout here in C. If not, I'll get out of it here. Should wash out from this point. Looking good here. All right, looking great for us here in C. Gonna take some off here as it gets to 36. 36 would be that profit take. One ripping out today, guys. Chag did a red to green move. Big red to green move.
Oh, sorry guys, I just realized I was muted. So what I was saying is that the guy got mad and said that I was just the guy was basically talking smack at me for accidentally having a green trade, and all I really said was like, look, like we trade live every single day. Sure, we teach people, but we also listen to music because I would say a large majority of people like the music. Also, like I said, if he thinks I'm just kind of randomly doing stuff and that I don't know what I'm talking about, he could go back and look at my P&L every day and see how profitable I actually am. But in the end, I don't have to prove anything to anybody because I'm not an expert or a guru or selling anything. So, you know,
All right, guys. Cracking here in city.
In the end, you know, it's we don't have anything to prove to anybody because we don't sell anything, you know.
All right, when this cracks 45.36, we'll take some off here. All right, just took some off there at the 34s. Now just let the other 100 shares work down towards the 45.11s.
All right, I just jumped in short on Uber with a smaller share size, just 300 shares. We're going to try to let this work. There we go. Beautiful breakdown. Going to take half off here. And the reason I shorted into, I'll review in a second, but I'm holding 100 shares left. Going to get out the rest there. So I'm up $84 on the day. Not a bad day so far. 147 bucks on Uber alone. So riding the short, and not too bad. I'll take it. And yeah, if you guys want to see why I ended up getting into it, the reason I got into it was because of this level here. So like if we look at this level, you can see we broke under the lows of the day, and then we had a lot of actual confirmations at that low. And so when I jumped in, I shorted into this weakness right here, and then covered into this drop. And sure, I could have held for the break of this level here, but I also think that it's just a higher percentage play to instead just wait for this level here to break. Wait for this level to break, and then when it bounces up to test this level, anticipate that the previous support is going to turn into resistance like it did. And so now that level's resistance right here, and it gets a rejection, so I can short into that and take profits quickly. And so that's the strategy and the trade I just made. Just for everybody, or for the one guy, I guess, saying that I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, 84 on the day, up 147 on Uber.
All right, guys, airlines are actually up today. I'm looking to look for those to reverse eventually here. We'll keep an eye on those. They're actually up on the day. And I'm looking for the financials to keep leading down here. Financials are actually up on the day, up 7.17 points from the change open. So I'm looking to see if we're going to get a downturn right here and see, and just continue holding her.
Yeah, I think the mistake I made yesterday is that I was a little bit too impatient with my trading. And so I think I had a few good trades at the open, and then I just kind of got impatient and started to overtrade some. And so I think after I'm up almost $100 today, I think I'm going to now wait for some A+ setups to present themselves before I trade again. And that way I'll be able to keep most of my profits and burn up less commissions. But again, I mean, this is my first week trading this big, and so I'm still learning and kind of building the system for how I trade with larger size, and that's a process in itself, so we're getting there. Hey, thank you, Larry. I appreciate it, bro. Larry said, like the music, you were doing a good job. Thank you, man. The graphs are for Thickums. Mitch's graphs are from TC2000. The graphs you see, this is Mitch's screen right here. So the graphs you see when I'm up is Thinkorswim.
All right, guys, have a stop at my entry price, which is originally it was 59, so I left it there. I have 57, pretty much 58s, so I got 1 penny above it. Let's see if this cuts right back down here.
All Alright, so Uber actually pushed up to test that previous level that I traded off of. I don't like it as much now. We're actually above the $half, and so unless we get a quick rejection down, I don't think I'm going to trade Uber like that. But if we do get a quick rejection down, I don't mind scalping that as well under the whole $1.50, because now we actually have that risk at 62. And we did actually get a quick rejection fade.
Alright guys, if this breaks through 45.36, I'll go ahead and I'll add there.
The market is pushing up closer and closer to the high of the day. The S&P 500 high of the day is at 29.15. The SPY high of the day is at 291.30s, and we're at 290.90, so we're about 40 cents away from the high of the day in the SPY itself. Somebody said they like MU. I don't like MU as much. It's too sideways for me right now. You can see it's just chopping over and under the VWAP, maintaining neutral trends. A little bit more bullish than bearish, I think, but with that, until we break the range, which is, the high of the day on MU is at 47.70, until we break that up on the upside or below 47.40 on the downside, I don't really like it. I'm gonna have to wait. I'm trading with 500, 1,000 shares now. Now Benjamin, Mitch's screen is up right now. He's part of this channel. We run it together. But yeah, the screen you see right now is Mitch's screen.
Good rejection there off VWAP, guys. Now should hold VWAP at all cost. Alright, we'll look to add here. Looking to get as close to 50, and then I'll add also on the breakdown of 36.
I'm looking for a small size break on Uber if it breaks the low of the day under the whole $1.32, and I would like it even more if it actually held that area as resistance.
Looks like we're just gonna get a breakdown here. It's gonna have a stop to add on the breakdown of the low.
Man, there's the break. Missed it. Look at that beautiful break on Uber. I'll wait for a bounce above it to test, but man, missed it. I short into this a little bit more. I just shorted into 300 shares of Uber. We'll see if we get a rejection below the whole dollar, but missed the big move I really wanted. It was a huge move too. Yeah. I'll let it test this, but that was a huge move that I just missed.
Alright guys, it's testing it for the third time. It really might break it this time, so just be careful here.
So yeah, we're testing my risk. I'm going to get out soon if it breaks. I don't like that. Yeah, I'm going to get out. Maybe it got faked out, but that's okay. Still green. You can see this huge breakdown. Like, this is the breakdown I really wanted, and it just happened too quick. Maybe I had a little bit of FOMO from that, but, it is what it is.
One more rejection and heading down, and I'll be adding. If it stops me out here at 59s, so be it. There you go. Stops me out. I'm gonna get out of the trade there. Doesn't mean I can't get back in. I don't want to put some risk here to get a loser in this trade.
So I jumped back in Uber, guys, with 500 shares. Made another nice little win. I'm only holding 100 shares left, and so I effectively made my money back. We're gonna see if we get a much larger breakdown, but I'm up $90 on the day is what I'm up now. Just to show you guys. So I didn't have time to call it out. It was exactly what I talked about, which was the bounce back test of the previous low of the day. And so I shorted into that really quickly, got a really quick rejection, and then took profits as fast as I could. So up 90 on the day, still small, honestly, but we're growing, we're building. We'll see what we get.
Huge volume got put into Hilton here. 468,000 shares on the 1 minute candle. Just want to put that one out there for you guys. Big change, big size.
AMD's testing the highs of the day. Maybe I'll long into that break using the $half at 52.50 as my risk. It just depends though. Ideally, I'd like to see the SPY continue to push up because it does look bullish.
LVS getting interesting for me. Keeps rejecting off the highs. I don't think it has the volume here, but I'm going to give it a chance to break out. If it fails these 49s, I might get short some.
Here's the high of the day breaking AMD. Still haven't gotten into it yet. Looking for some more favorable movement. And I think AMD is just giving me trouble today, so I might actually not trade it. I think I'm going to stop myself from taking this trade, and I'm going to be a little bit more patient. I think that's the right move right now.
Okay, one leading guys in recreational vehicles is Camping World Holdings, which is CWH. This one's very strong today, pushing up there to the 1450s. Did a red to green move and was very strong pre-market.
I don't think AMD's bounce off of this $0.50 at 52.50 right here.
Everything's green from the open except healthcare, just to give you guys a heads up. Industrials are leading. Those would be stocks like the airlines, the cruises, the aerospace, the trucking, stocks like that, even shipping imports.
Yeah, so Steven, I'm going to give you the honest answer behind this. Hey, what's up, Eagles? I'm going to give you the honest answer behind this, right? So Steven actually has a really interesting question here. And this is his question. I'm going to give you the honest answer that nobody else will tell you, right? So Steven says, why trade publicly? Why not just do it in private and go on with your day? That's the problem I have with YouTubers. I literally don't understand their motive. They aren't the best people to learn, in my opinion. All right, so I'm going to give you the honest answer. Why I stream and why we day trade. We do it to make money, you know. The stream makes money, you know. I don't care, no matter what anybody else says, too. Like, no matter what people say their motive is for being a YouTuber, they can give you the BS of, oh, we do this because we just want to help people. That's BS. They do it because they want to make money. They might enjoy doing it at the same time, which is what, you know, like, I can make money doing something I genuinely enjoy doing, which is trading, right? And I can teach people what works for me, and I can let it like I said, we founded this as like a free trading resource. So it's all free. You know, like we don't charge people for anything. And so that's why we do it. But regardless of what anybody says, like people do this to make money. 100%. You know, no matter what they say. And there's nothing wrong with that either. You know what I mean? Like the smart people diversify their income. You know, the smart people build multiple income streams. It's not just like, oh, well, you know, if you're such a good trader, why do you have to do this? It's not that. It's not that we have to. It's that we make money doing it. The smart people understand trading is always going to be somewhat unstable. Regardless of how good you are, trading is always going to be somewhat unstable. And so the smart people are going to build multiple income streams to combat that. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what the smart people do to build long-term wealth and money. And you know, that's what we're doing here. Like we make money from the YouTube, you know, 100%. Not going to pretend it's not just to try to look better. That's what every other YouTuber does. Every other YouTuber you see, why do they do it? They do it to make money, you know, regardless of what they say. And so that's the honest answer. You know, I'm not going to try to pretend that that doesn't come into the equation. That's ridiculous, you know. And honestly, there should be nothing wrong with that either. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the truth. But at the same time, like, I think Mitch and I are unique in that, like, we give everything to everybody for free, you know? Like, we trade for free. We are not experts. Like, I'm not an expert, you know? I'm not a guru. You know, everything we put out there is free. My strategies might not work for you, you know what I mean? And it is what it is, you know? But I just try to be as honest as I can about it.
Hey guys, more stock in the penny game. It's like a $5 stock. MRAM. It's a semiconductor memory maker. It's actually up today over 50%. It has a huge volume buzz, over 2 million shares traded, so it has some liquidity there. I'm definitely seeing this one get really juiced up, man. It's taking the whole index, which is really made up of two big stocks, but up 11%. Semiconductor memory.
MU breaking that high I talked about earlier, breaking over that big level that we talked about, and so I might jump in with like 200 shares and then scale into this one a little bit more, anticipating a potential break in MU, but it is breaking highs up here. I'm going to trade this one small because I don't like the extension here for it, but I am in with 200 shares of MU, very small. We'll give it one more second to see if that previous high of the day turns into support right here. But I'm not super duper confident in it, to be honest. There's 73s, looking better. 74s, okay. Now I'm okay. Hey, buddy, I see you. I see you trying to sneak up on me, buddy. I respect that. Thanks. I appreciate you understanding me. Like I said, that's the honest answer. No matter what anybody else says, they could say, like I said, the one I hear the most is that I'm just trying to help people. Sure you are, dude. Like I'm trying to help people too, but I'm also helping myself at the same time. And there's nothing wrong with that, All right, we're getting a nice little push up here. I'm going to just keep this one a one and done because it's too small of sizing to scale out, I think. There's 79s. 80s. 81s. I'm gonna hold this one break even now. Getting a rejection. I'm trying to give this time. It's just so extended on the upside for MU. I mean, it broke a nice range, but it's time to get out. I'm gonna get out, break even there, which is fine. Just it didn't quite get up high enough, which is all right. Like I said, I think I lost like $2 in that one, which is fine. Thanks for the honest answer, but you might be giving something much more valuable that you think to us for free. That is awesome. Yeah, and like I said, I think we have value, certainly. Like, people can hate on us. A lot of the time, they're our competitors, right? And we put everything out there for free, and what we teach people is valuable, regardless of what anybody wants to say. The people that knock us are people that have either lost money, people that are unnecessarily loyal to like our competitors and whatever, right? But like the reality is like we're just a free resource, and there's nothing wrong with being a free resource. It's a good thing, not a bad thing.
Right. I'm gonna keep an eye on this one right here. Penn, guys, Penn, still in the gaming industry. I saw LVS turn back around there. MGM looked like a fade. Let's see if this one rejects off the tops here, and then we could get short in it.
Maybe I should have held into that bounce on MU. But yeah, I mean, yeah. The reality is people wouldn't watch us if we didn't have some value. You want to know how to grow a YouTube channel, provide some type of value. It's not about any other tricks.
I mean, just us trading alone is value itself.
Right.
I mean, there's too many people that don't show this part.
Yeah, for sure.
They can tell you, hey, I made these gains. Hey, I have this strategy. But to watch them trade, you got to pay thousands of dollars.
Right.
It's very unlikely to make those thousands of dollars back.
Right. For sure. And it is what it is. Like, people can hate, but like the reality is, it's like people wouldn't watch us. Like, we wouldn't get as many viewers and subscribers as we get if we weren't giving value to people. And like that's the key. Like, to grow in your own YouTube channel, like that's the key, is you provide value. You provide value, people will watch. You will grow. I think Gary Vee said that, which is that you want to know how to grow, like a business, provide value to somebody. That's it.
The experience of it itself is worth it itself.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm probably getting faked out of MU here. I'm in with a few hundred shares. I'm keeping this one very small because I don't trust that it's a little bit extended up there. Now I'm going to try to give it a little bit of time to work here, but a little bit too extended for me in this one, I think, guys.
All right, guys, I'm going to let Penn jump up here a little bit. I could get short right here at the VWAP. And yeah, I could go down maybe 50 cents from here. But I think we might get a bounce towards this resistance line or trend line down, which is up to the 830s.
Yeah, I ended up getting out of MU there again on 200 shares. I mean, I'm still up very small losses for those last few, which is the whole point. I wanted to keep them tight because I didn't trust these last two setups as much. And so still up plenty on the day. I don't think he was hating. I think he was just curious, and I think, yeah, for sure.
It's always normal to question.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not mad at him for it. I understand his question, If I wasn't running the YouTube, I'd probably think the same thing. And that's why I just tried to give him an honest answer that nobody else would probably say, Because we try to be the realest trading channel ever, Oh, I joined for the tunes? A lot of people do, man. A lot of people like the music. That's what I'm saying. The guy mad about the music. Unnecessary.
All right, I'm seeing this one get hit a little bit here. There you go. Started to hit a little bit. Let's see if we get a nice little bounce here really quickly. I'll short into it.
I'm looking at Uber here. It's breaking under these lows again. Looks weak. All right, short with 500 shares here. We'll see. Depends on how weak it looks underneath this to see if it's going to break 32. Not yet. Still haven't jumped in yet. Gonna wait. See if we can find some more weakness before I do. Hey, appreciate it, Mike. Hey, thank you, Zach. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he was hating. I mean, I think we built up a list of haters over the years. A lot of them are because it's not that I talk bad about penny stocks. It's that I don't trade them and I don't trust them. And I make that very understood. And I think people don't like me for that. I think some people don't like me because I threaten their business model. Which I wouldn't want it any other way, But yeah, MBU's starting to push up. Let's see if it breaks. I was waiting for Uber to break under 32, but we never got it. And so, yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out. Instacart's here. Okay. It's lonely trading. It's nice to have company. Yeah, for sure. See too fast. Same thing Mike said. Trading's a very, soul thing. You're usually by yourself doing it. Alright, what I'm looking at here, guys, is I'm looking at Lyft, and Lyft has a very specific low right here. You see this low? If we break under this low, I might short into Lyft.
Starter put on there. Pen.
Here, I'll put you up.
Would like to see LVS reject 49s and just get right back underneath that, head towards the VWAP. That would be a good sign. Anything above 42s would get us out right here.
Yeah, Instacart's here, so my wife's bringing some stuff in, so I gotta mute it for a second, team. So I'll be here, but it's gonna be muted. Alright, they're done.
guys.
I'm in AMD with 400 shares. I just wanted to announce it so people can see it. I'm holding this. We'll see what we get, but... Or no, I'm in MU, sorry.
Good rejection there. I like that look now. All right, guys, just hit the ad. Now I gotta hold off anything above here in the 40s. Get me out.
There's 90s, 91s. I'm gonna sell into AMD, take my profits. You guys can see it. 94s, 95s. I'm gonna get out there. And so up 104 on the day. I'll put this back up. Call it the high of the day breakout in MU is what it was. There we go. Got both y'all. Got him up now. Yeah, MU faked me out a few times, but I finally caught it. Made my money back. All love and respect, man. You're the channel. Hey, thank you, bro. Hey, you as well, man. Wish you the best, dude.
Give us a chance to break out here. If it doesn't, I'm gonna jump in more. Should break down after that. If it doesn't break out from here.
Jay says, I come here to see Jack's artwork. Dude, you see the latest one, man. Look at this beautiful thing, man. It's an LSU Tiger. Look at that.
Just added, guys.
LSU Tiger. Lovely. Jack. Look at this. Hey, Kira. Hey, come here. I'm gonna show my wife Jack's picture. What kind of order makes a giant lick on the spy at about 8:48 a.m.? Yeah, needed that to be today too. Yeah. Look what Jack did today. It says LSU, and then he gave me this too.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
LSU.
awesome.
That's my favorite thing he's done so far. I gotta put it up somewhere. So, are you coming on stream? Oh, we got Carol here.
Second.
And Maddie. Maddie's here too.
Yeah, I gotta go put the food away.
Alright.
I just picked up
Yeah.
a box that had the steak in it, and like apparently that steak was leaking.
Oh no.
It like leaked down my leg.
That's probably not good if it's leaking.
They all
Unless there's moisture on the outside.
leak. Well, it's yes.
Yeah. Oh, wash your foot there.
Go wash your foot.
All right, gotta be careful here, guys. Just be smart. If it squeezes up, I'll just get out. If it breaks down here, I know we're gonna get a good rewards here, so we'll see what happens.
AMD ripping up, breaking highs. AMU kept pushing. I could have made another 7 or 8 cents on it, but I think I got most of it. Lyft is above the view up. Spy's consolidating.
All right, looks like the airlines are starting to return back down. Those are interesting.
Who is LSU's QB going to be, assuming we have a season this year? I don't know, man. Isn't it Max? What's his name? Isn't it? Who's the quarterback? It's Max, right? Nice, Darren. Hey, glad somebody took advantage of it.
Alright, guys, anything in the 40 will get me out. About to get out, guys. Getting out right here. Didn't even watch it pop to 45 there. That's my fault. Just gotta be careful here.
Authentic, what are you saying? If you come here asking for money, you're gonna get banned. Just a heads up. Look at MU rip. Huge rip.
I'm out. Got squeezed out. Big loss. I'm probably done for the day. Having a horrible week, so just gonna get out of here.
Yeah, it happens, brother. Don't stress it.
I'm done.
Alright, guys. MU made a huge rip up there. A big rip. NLS? No, I didn't see NLS, Steven. Let me see. Too little of volume for me. It's just not really my style. The volume's just too light on that one, unfortunately. Not really my thing. Man, look at MU, though. This is the one I'm still bummed out about. Look at that rip. Huge squeeze up. It hasn't put in a red candle since I got in it. Man, I should have held. I got out. I mean, I got out right here. You know, so it's like not a bad little move. I called it from like this to this, right? So I called it about 15 cents, which is the whole point of scalping. I need to try trailing stops, but I'm scalping though, dude, so it's a little bit different with scalps. Like, scalps, the whole point is just to jump in and out and be very, very quick with it, you know? And so it's like, that's the whole point. It's just to be fast with it. And so with that said, you know, with that said, I gotta just take profits when I can, and I gotta keep that subjective to me. I don't like trailing stops. We'll see. Yeah, DraftKings. Man, where's the jazz music? I got you, bro. Just for you, dude. I got you. Everybody's gonna yell at me because it's gonna be elevator music, but I got you, dude. Just for you, bro. This ain't some common music. I don't know what it is, though. Alright, Uber's back below the VWAP, and I might look to short into it. I think the only reason it's below the VWAP, though, is the market is looking weak. And so if we get a bounce back up to 50, I'll short into Uber. But I gotta wait for that specifically here. So, like, if we get a bounce right up to this, I'm gonna short into Uber. Maybe anywhere under 45, I'll short into it. Let me see. Let me get everything ready. You know what? I'm gonna jump in 300 shares now, and then I'm gonna add another 300 on a pop-up. Alright, I'm in with 600 shares. As long as they don't get a huge, unexpected rip in the upward direction, I should be fine with this. I'm gonna break even. 41s. 40s. We gotta get under 40s here. There's 40s. 39s. I'm gonna take half off here, just protect. A little bit under half. Holding 200 shares left. I'm gonna hold this last little 200. And remember, guys, this is that fake out fade strategy I'm always talking about. Boom. $142 on the day. This is that fake out fade strategy I talked about. Remember what I said. I called that one out, and I predicted exactly what was going to happen, and then I implemented that, and I executed that. So again, we got the pop up here. What did I do? I shorted right into that. We got the pop up here. I shorted right into that and rode this breakdown. This is what I call a VWAP fake out fade scalp. Super profitable. Works really, really well. The next one I'm looking at, up 142 on the day. We also have lift here, and remember, I'm talking about, I was predicting this break here. I don't hate that on lift. Just to switch to the competitor here. About to jump in. Just a few hundred shares of this one, though. 95s. Very close. And I like it because I can keep the whole dollar as my risk. At 33. 95s. In. Alright, I just jumped in on the slight break. In with 200 shares, very small, and I'm going to keep this one a one and done trade just because it's not a big enough range for me to really attack like that. 86s, 85s, 84s. I'm just get out there. Make a very small little scalp. And my commissions are good enough for me to take it, but I called that one out too on the break right here. So up 156 on the day. Okay, good. I'm not muted. I want to make sure people are seeing me talk about what I'm going to do so they can kind of see what my thought process is like in this. So yeah, these are the scalps that I trade. And I hope you guys can understand how I come up with these strategies and these plans. Right? They're very easy strategies to understand. You know, with lift, it's just putting in a low underneath the VWAP like this, waiting for that low to break like this, and then jumping in short, riding it down. You see the importance of scalping this move, though, because this pop rebound will happen. And this is also why I don't set trailing stops, unfortunately, is because these bounces happen a lot, and I just need to get in and out very, very quickly. That was 600 shares too fast. 600 shares of Uber, 200 shares of Lyft. And so I scaled down a little bit with Lyft, but it was 600 of Uber is what it was. I love the show Billions, Tara. I haven't caught the last 2 or 3 seasons, so I've been watching that show for years. I saw the first 2 seasons, never finished the rest of it. Just I'm a really weird person in that regard, guys. Like, a lot of the time I can't finish like a series unless I'm like super interested in it. I might watch 1 or 2 seasons and I almost never finish it. My wife hates me because of it. The only show I could ever watch like that was Game of Thrones, where I just wanted to watch all of it.
Alright guys, just covered some in pen at the VWAP. Got myself at least not in the red for the day. We'll see what happens here. Just trying to trade a little bit off stream. Normally I'm 100% on stream, so just trying to take some pressure off and focus on the trade itself. Been having a rough week, so just trying to nail a day and get back some of the week's losses.
Yeah, no worries, brother. Sometimes that's the right move. Amazon looking good. Let me see. Yeah, Amazon was a really nice washout long. Red to green move. Look at the break over the previous close right there. CTMX. I got you.
Alright guys, just took a little bit more there off at 18.15s. Let's see if this breaks 18s. It looks really bad for pen here.
CTMX just has too little of volume. Looks like a low floater with no volume. So with that, unless it picks up some volume, I'm just not really interested in it. Unfortunately, it's just not showing enough volume.
Alright guys, might take some off here if it cracks 18s here. Yeah guys, sometimes you need to take a couple seconds.
I appreciate it, Steven. Thank you for the sub, bro. Yeah, no stress, man. He said, thanks for clearing up the YouTube thing. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I said, we're probably the only people that'll give you that answer, but it's the truth. You know, that's what we believe in here. But yeah, appreciate the support, dude. NLS, which is Bowflex. Yeah, I don't know. My father-in-law wanted our help to buy him some weights from Amazon, and I'll just say Bowflex products have a huge like margin right now. They're ridiculously high, sold out everywhere. So you know, I'm not surprised. Yeah, makes sense. It's gonna be the whole pandemic is gonna be favorable to them to a certain extent, for sure.
Why do you think Peloton's on the rip?
Yeah. Everybody's favorite bicycle with the TV strap to it company.
Yep. I like that tonal. If that one becomes a public stock.
Which one?
The one that's like a screen that you put on your wall. That's kind of like a personal trainer.
Nice.
It actually has like a bench thing attached to it. It does resistance training, essentially.
Interesting. Never heard of it. But yeah, Yeah, I think they're all going to benefit from this. You know?
Yeah. I think it's really good because it's a kind of a huge screen that just becomes a personal trainer at home. I mean,
Yeah.
if he's life size, I mean, it's just as good.
Well, it's going to be cheaper than what you get at 24-hour fitness. Man, I go there. They're always trying to talk me into getting a personal training session. It's just kind of like, dude, like, I know how to exercise, man. You know what I mean? Like, the only reason you need personal trainers is if you need motivation. And, like, I don't need motivation. You know,
Exactly.
But every time I go... Go ahead.
No, exactly. It's all about motivation in the end.
Right. Yeah. It's like every time I go, they're trying to talk me into stuff. And I'm just kind of like, no, I'm good, dude. You know, I spend $200 for an hour of, like, stuff I do anyway. No thanks. I'm like, I'll pass on that.
We like our elevator music, man.
Yeah.
Keeps the day going by.
I told you, man. I told you somebody would come on here and complain about the elevator music. I told you, man. That's what I get when I play jazz. It's my joke that everybody's going to hate me for it because it's elevator music. But you know you guys like it. I'll put on some different music. There you go. We've been listening
Jazz
to
is legit.
Yeah. Jazz is good for trading, bro. It might be elevator music, but it'll calm your, it'll calm you down. That's for sure.
How's the VIX today, man? Is that thing jumping?
I don't know. I haven't
That's
looked
a
at
good
that.
sign of the SPY. If we're going to get a big change in the SPY, it's actually holding the bottom. So look for it now to either spike up and maybe you see the SPY start heading down, or to hold down, break the low, and you'll see the SPY probably try the highs.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm looking for, to see if the SPY bounces off the 291 VWAP area and then breaks that 291.50 level. It's been consolidating under the highs of the day, and so I think I'm going to wait until we get that break to trade anything. But yeah, you can see highs of the day up here.
Alright guys, if this cracks 18, I'm going to go ahead and short a little bit more. Try to add to it. If we get a crackdown of the whole industry, this could head down towards this low, which is 1775. Look for 75s first, and then maybe this extreme, which is like 1750s, 1740s.
Oh yeah, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that announcement we talked about, Mitch, while we still got a bunch of people in here. Hey guys, so Mitch and I are creating another channel here. So we're gonna be creating another channel. Everybody go subscribe it. I'm gonna post the link here. Let me find it actually.
Yeah guys, the real key is going to be to try to separate day trading. We're going to be looking at more business ideas, investments, a whole bunch of different aspects to kind of the business world.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll let John take over from there.
Yeah, so the new channel that we're making, just like this one, it's going to be all free. But this next channel that we're creating is actually going to be, like, if you guys know me, like, just to put it into perspective, like, I day trade, I run this YouTube, but I'm also a real estate agent. I am a freelance web developer specializing in JavaScript, HTML, React, front-end stuff, basically. And I also run 2 Amazon businesses from home. And so with that, we're gonna do some tutorials on like setting up those type of businesses and like how you can make money. I've had a lot of people ask me specifically like what my Amazon businesses are about, like how can you make money, what's the best Amazon businesses, like what I do for business. And my first video, or one of the first videos we're gonna put out, is going to be how to buy and sell online businesses on a website called Flippa.com. As you guys know, I recently bought a blog on Flippa.com. It was this blog I bought is a premium blog, but it gets solid thousands and thousands of organic Google visitors a month. It's highly ranked on Alexa, and I got it for pretty cheap on Flippa.com. And my expectation is that it's going to pay for itself within 6 months or so, I think. So it was a solid investment. And in the video that we're going to put on the second channel, I'm going to be walking people through that process on how you might be able to do it too, and kind of breaking it down, what the thought process is like, things to look out for on sites like this, and things to look for on sites like this. And then Mitch is going to be doing like stock reviews, like longer term investing reviews and stuff like that. So hold on one second, let me get the link. But yeah, that's what, you know, part of the channel is going to be about.
Yeah, guys, my part of the channel, I'm really going to try to help the long-term investor start understanding more sectors and industries. At the end of the day, we're never going to be kind of a pick service. That's not the idea. The idea is to start understanding fundamentals and how stories react to stocks. So a lot of the times you're going to hear me call out a stock more if it's bullish or bearish. And the real key on that one is to find stories like the Peloton. We talked about this one on this pre-market, on our pre-market kind of review, that Peloton had that COVID idea behind it, that a lot of people were going to be working out from home. And we looked at the industry as, you know, hey, all these home workout things are going to get the lift. You saw even Nike team up with Peloton, and I think that helped it too. It started giving out those free trials and getting kind of investors to look at Peloton. And once you know, it's like a lot of things. You try a new toy, you start using it. So one of the things we're going to be trying to do is teach you guys more of a theoretical approach to long-term investment. And that's trying to find the kind of the stories and stats to back it up. And those kinds of things will definitely help in the long run, especially in your long-term investment outlook.
Yeah, for sure. And Mitch is basically the longer term guy, you guys know, and so he's gonna make videos kind of reviewing like analyzations and you know, releases from certain stocks, talking about the long-term viability of investing in them. And I'm going to be going over just online businesses and walkthroughs. But again, like I said, we're not going to charge for anything. We're not going to sell the course. It's just going to be completely free content, just like here. And you know, like I said, we'll be walking you through how I run my businesses, and you know, how people can buy or sell on Flip as well. It's a really interesting concept. And so y'all go subscribe early. We don't have any videos on the channel yet, but we are going to be uploading 2 videos this weekend on a range of different topics. I think another video that I'm going to try to make on this channel is how to set up an Amazon business that you can make money in within, like, you know, like I said, there's different niches of Amazon selling that you can make money very, very quickly. I think Amazon FBA is actually saturated right now. I think it's overly saturated, so I don't really recommend FBA, but there's some resale businesses that can be very profitable very, very quickly if you put the work in. And so I'm going to be going over those as well, and kind of what my businesses are about. And like I said, it's all going to be for free, so y'all go subscribe early. There's the link in the chat. And yeah, be on the lookout for the videos that come out this weekend on that. Alright, but now back to trading.
Alright guys, seeing this pen still hold these 1811s, 1813s. We're seeing the SPY kind of stuck in this consolidation between 291 and 291.60s. I personally said in pre-market to myself that I didn't expect the SPY to get back up there to 292s. So that's still holding. So that's kind of my view. We'll see if we kind of get a spike in the VIX and a big drop in the SPY.
More people might just stay at home. Yeah, for sure. I mean, hey, you know, it is what it is. Like online businesses, I've been doing this for years now, and you know, there's some very profitable businesses to start, but there's also a lot of like nonsense, right? Like the newest nonsense right now in the online business world is Amazon FBA. Like a few years ago, Amazon FBA was like really profitable, but people think it's just some like get rich quick thing. Like, you got to invest thousands and thousands of dollars into those things. You know, products change very, very quickly to where the cool product now might not be the cool product in a month from now. And so if you spend thousands and thousands of dollars on inventory, you might sit on that once it's no longer the cool thing, if that makes sense. And so there's some things that people need to understand about online business present day that we're going to go over in the channel. And like I said, it's completely free. I'm just trying to teach people free stuff. And we're not going to charge for anything, just like here. But yeah, like I said, go subscribe if y'all want to check it out.
All right, guys, just added there on the breakdown of 18. Want to see this one start heading down here towards the 75s now.
Uber has a really nice risk level at this 3250 level, a really, really nice risk level that I'm thinking about. We have multiple confirmations up there, and
when I get the crack into, sorry about that. When I get the crack into the low 80s, we'll take some off.
All right, so I'm in with 500 to Uber. Gonna scalp this move. Took half off, a little bit more than half. Gonna hold this 200 for a very easy, quick scalp.
Seeing LVS now below VWAP, that's a good sign. VIX starting to get strong. Watch out for the SPY starting to head down. Definitely triple bottom, quadruple bottom on the 5-minute, 36.13s for the VIX.
Right, I just jumped out of Uber, up about 190 on the day, 189. Another green trade. But man, it's been a while since I had a losing trade today, guys. I've made $230 roughly on Uber on today alone. But it's been a while since I had a losing trade, and if you guys heard me, I called that out right before this drop, so was able to milk that short really nicely. Had a tight risk too, because the key to this one, guys, is like, look, if I get in here where I did, look at my risk. My risk is tiny. It's 10 cents, easy risk. You know, big reward. You know, I got out at like 30, or no, I got out at like 25, and so I risked 10 cents and I made about 25 cents. So really good risk reward. SPY broke down right along with me though, and I think that actually helped me as well.
Yeah, guys, I might look for a long in the VIX. It's starting to look strong here. Huge bottom at 36.15. It even has a daily bottom there. So let's see what happens here. We start getting a ramp.
Kind of a personal question, but how are these live streams different than regular videos YouTubers push out in regards to revenue? They probably make a little bit less on average. Like for instance, if a video and a live stream both had the same amount of views, the video would probably make more because they're easier to advertise on YouTube, if that makes sense. And so I've said it before, Mitch and I would probably make more money by posting daily recap videos as opposed to live streaming. The reason we live stream is for transparency reasons, but you know, we would probably make more if we just posted a recap video every day. There's less, like, live stream, everybody's trying to do it now, and you know, I think Mitch and I started early enough to where we got in just in time, you know, to where we kind of started the live streaming movement for day trading.
Yeah, when we started, there was no one doing really truly live.
Yeah, like daily. Nobody was doing it daily.
Yeah,
so we kind of started it.
Even the gurus weren't on YouTube as much as they are now. They kind of shifted off as they saw traders eating up the advertisements in YouTube. And that's why you got to be very careful what kind of advertisement you buy into in anything. Remember, guys, we're in a generation of media, so always try to get some transparency, try to really see if this is going to benefit you. And I think that's what we really offer, is a benefit, not only because, hey, you know, a lot of times we're in the green. It's not because of that, guys. It's because at least we come with the right approach every day. You guys are not seeing us try to gamble every single day our accounts. You see us try to trade a strategy, try to trade a process, and that's the only way to trade. There's no really way around that. You have to create a process that can build for you and get you some good gains.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and like I said, I think most people don't stream because it's going to hurt their credibility. Like, a lot of the time, traders nowadays, like, the trend I see on YouTube is, like, traders will kind of steal other people's content, and then they'll just kind of repurpose it and advertise it as their own content. And, like, with that a lot of the times the people that are teaching people how to trade on YouTube don't actually know how to trade. You know, they probably barely ever trade because they're risking too much money, and so a lot of them are just straight up just teaching people, you know, without even trading themselves. And so, like, again, with that, you know, that's what you get a lot of the time on YouTube. And so, like I said, you guys can watch us trade every day. You can see, like, last 4 trades green. I've had, like, one losing trade today, maybe 2. But this is my P&L, and you guys can see it live. Can't fake it because it's all live. So.
One of the important things you guys can even check out for yourself is look how we used to trade a year or 2 years ago. It was very, very small. And the reason why that was, guys, is that we were still learning the process. So that's like this one thing to really check on, you know, does your channel you follow actually do what they preach, you know? And did they build up their skill level, or do they just tell you that they're the greatest ever? And I think that's very important to look for. You could go back and you could see John and I trading with less than 100 shares. John used to trade with 50 shares all the time.
Yeah.
You know, just to try to really hone in on his skill, because it wasn't about how much you were going to make in a day. It was more along, I'm just going to show consistency. Once I get there, then I'll look for the profits. Then I'll grab a pro account and swing bigger. But
yeah, just jumped in a lift with 200 shares, guys. Yeah, but 100%. And I think that's how you really have to do it. I might add a little bit more if we do get a breakdown here for lift. Let me get out here. So that was my first loss in a little while. $18 loss, very small. If we get a little bit higher, up to like 90, 89, I might short a little bit more into it. But I think I missed the move. I think this was the short I should have taken.
all right, guys, with that breakdown, remember we had kind of this support right here. I can draw out this support. We want to see it hold that support. Anything above that can get us into the view app and get us kind of concerned of big extensions up. So we're sitting good here at this 819. Let's let it keep working. Let it try to break the lows, because if it breaks the lows, we'll get $100 out of this trade. If we only get 60 out of it, that's fine too. Whoa.
Can't read it, but, you know. Here, let me see what this says.
I was about to be like, yo, I was about to remove the Tesla secret.
Yeah.
That might be the Tesla secret right there.
What is this? Let's try to Google Translate.
Appreciate that, Hunter. That's pretty much what we try to do on an everyday, man. It's just show you guys that we don't like to put ourselves in really bad situations. We try to be consistent, and that we show you guys that we're trying to follow a process. That's really what we are.
All right, so this is what he said. It makes no sense, but he says, drinking refreshing drinks straight without time to rest and working all the time, up 2,500 points. What do you think this person will do in the end? At the end, you will hear the sound of 119 roaring. The monthly and seasonal lines are compressed to the extreme. Moon breaking down. Cool. No idea what he just said.
The Tesla secret.
Yeah, that must be it.
It's a crazy life, man. Crazy life. Tesla's actually ripping today, man. I thought that was gonna rip too. That patent news that came out on Joe Rogan's show.
Yeah.
You know, Elon went back on Joe Rogan, man. You gotta see that interview.
Yeah, his son's name is apparently X Ash.
Yeah, I mean, he's an interesting character,
Yeah.
to say the least.
Nah, I was in another chat room talking about stocks, right? This chat room that one of my friends has on Facebook, and they were talking about how they found a bunch of drugs at one of the Tesla factories, and they were saying that it had to be Elon that was like on meth or something like that. And my response to that was, well, if Elon's smoking meth, it's for the good of the world, you know. But I wouldn't be surprised, you know. Dude's a workaholic.
Dude's just not from this planet.
Yeah. If Men in Black came out, I know Elon would be on it now.
The first Martian.
Yeah, for sure.
Why you think he wants to go to Mars so bad? He's just trying to go back home.
Yeah, for sure. He's trying to get us to pay for it. Broke the spaceship a long time ago.
Yup, he said he broke down here.
Yeah.
He's been building ever since, slowly releasing that alien technology, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Alright, I'm gonna get back in 300 shares of Uber here. A little bit of Lyft, I'm sorry. A little bit of a spread. I'm in with 300 shares.
Yeah.
But I don't hate the potential breakdown.
I can tell you, this guy knows what he's doing. This guy knows too well how the market reacts purely and a lot of the times, especially a stock like this, on greed. That boy knocked it down himself by saying it was too high. Then 2 days later or a week later, something like that, he goes and releases that, oh, this patent that we have is way more valuable than most people know. He knows what he's doing.
Oh, for
He
sure.
pulls back the stock when he needs to, and he puts out good fluff when he needs to.
100%.
And this is it. I really could see Tesla moving through 1,000. And the reason why is the story. He brings the story back. Like, he slows the story down. He says, whoa, we're way too high here, guys. Even I think we're too high. And everyone slows down. Everyone thinks, whoa, maybe Tesla is too expensive. Then very next thing he puts out is, oh, but we have this very, very valuable patent.
Yeah.
You see how that works? Like, that doesn't really coincide. Like, if you really thought the value was too high, then you would have not put out the patent positive news after.
Alright guys, I'm in Uber. I might get squeezed up here. We're at 32.90, 32.88. I'm trying to hold. I got a really easy risk level there, so no stress either way, but I'm gonna wait and see if we get a breakdown under these lows. Close to break even right now, but
Yeah, I saw a lot of things kind of flip. The industrials, they were doing well. The airlines, you got the consumer cyclicals, the cruises, they were doing well. Kind of, you even had car looking not the worst. And then now they're starting to come back down. But it's a lot of consolidation right here.
I just got out of lift there. Took a small loss, up 144 on the day. The SPY itself is too choppy, so I might hang it up. And once I had a few losses in a row, I think that's probably getting close to it for me today. Not too bad. Who called you that? Was it Killer? Lulu? Oh, it was Killer. Man, Killer, get out of here with that, man.
Yeah, I'll put him on timeout for it.
Yeah.
We got you, Lou.
Yeah.
No stress.
Yeah.
We don't know
How did I
that
know
kind
it
of
was
stuff here.
him? Like, before anybody said anything.
Because he's a young buck.
Yeah. He's doing his thing, man, but yeah.
Just a young buck.
Alright, I just jumped in Uber with 300 shares. We're going to try to ride a nice little breakdown with the market here. Market just broke down big. Gonna take
Alright,
half
guys.
off there, or a little bit more than half, only holding 100 shares left. So I caught the move in Uber. The market broke down really nicely, which drug this one down.
I sized in also into that move there, and now I'm going to hold to a 1 cent stop out at 18.11s.
Yeah, this is my P&L for the day, guys. So not too shabby. Caught this SPY. You see the SPY breakdown here. That's what I got. So not bad.
looking for this next leg down through the 75s. Now 1811s will get me out. And I'll look for the chance for it to continue down to the 75s and get us an over $100 win.
Also, guys, if you want to use the same platform as us, one of the cheapest ways to get started. Okay, cool. Manny, anywhere between, I don't know, today it's been like 200 to up to like 1,000 shares. But it varies. It depends on the stock and the range of the stock. But yeah, if anybody wants to use the same platform as us, I'll post this link here. Basically, the way it works is it operates like a prop firm, and so there's no PDT rule once you're approved. The base package is $3.99. With that, it comes with a day trading course, access to their chat room, and a demo account. And then after that, they kind of make you a contractor basically once you're approved, and you get to trade their accounts. And so the base package gives you 14,000 to trade with, no PDT rule, day trading, and shorting ability. And I think that's unheard of for that price anywhere else. Like I said, there are some flaws, like there's no penny stocks to trade, and so if you're a penny stock trader, it's probably not the right platform for you. And of course, we're biased in their favor because we post referral links for them. But again, I think a lot of the time new traders end up saving up thousands of dollars and just losing that because new traders just lose. It doesn't matter what platform they go to, that new traders end up losing. And so I think this is an objectively cheap way to get started, to where you're only risking $400 instead of thousands of dollars. You're going to get a larger account to actually day trade with no PDT rule, and you're going to be able to short. Most new traders need a margin account to short with, and so in the end, I think it's a really cheap way to get started. A great way to help support our channel as well, because again, we make a commission if you sign up through us. And if you want to check it out, here's the link for that. And
all right, guys.
check it out there.
Didn't want to interrupt John there, but went long on the VIX also. Got in there at 26. Gonna hold to like a $13 risk here, just to give me the potential that the SPY just starts heading down here really hard. If that happens, you'll see the VIX probably just shoot through the moon. And so I'm going to give myself a chance here to make like a 5-to-1 trade.
So somebody's asking why I don't trade options, and I'm going to post this in the chat just because I've written it out already. But I don't trade options because I'm terrible at them, and I've lost money with options. I'm good at day trading. I consistently make a pretty decent amount of money day trading, and so it would be crazy of me to give that up and go attempt something else and give up what's working. And like I said the other day, Einstein's definition of insanity is continuously trying the same thing, expecting a different result. And so with that, I'm going to just stick with what works for me and, keep making money with it. Like I said, I'd be crazy to give up something that's making me money and to try to do something else. That's not the profits. We make a commission if somebody signs up, but we don't get to keep their profits. That's not us. It's not our company. It's just a referral partner. It's the platform we use. But yeah, like I said, I think objectively speaking, it's a cheap way to get started. And like I said, the bundle makes sense in my opinion, but it's not for everybody. Like I said, it operates like a prop firm once you're approved. And so there's a 70-30 split. And so like if you take the $14,000 account and you turn it into $15K with the base package, with the $400 package, they keep $300, you keep $700. But the fact that you can get, a decent account to trade with no PDT rule for $400 is pretty unheard of anywhere else. There's also a max loss of $700, and so if you go under $13,300, they close you down. But that doesn't follow you up, and it operates like a prop firm. And so basically for $3.99, they're giving you a ton of buying power to trade with, and then they're going to take a percentage of your profits for doing so, is how it works. In the end, though, the entire package is just an educational package, though. So technically, it's just a course and a demo account and access to their chat room. But like I said, a large majority of people they partner with and make them contractors and allow them to trade their accounts is really how it works. Yeah, no worries, Lee. For new traders, the intro is probably okay, but basically you have to make more than 100% to break even. Yeah, for sure. But I think that the intro package really shines in letting people get their feet wet. You know what I mean? Because it's like the reality is new traders are just going to lose. And if you make a new trader save up thousands and thousands of dollars, they're probably just going to lose that. And so I think letting a trader get started with a cheap account like that makes a ton of sense. Is it for everybody? No. But I think, when you consider the risk reward, like you're spending $3.99 and your max loss is $700. So like you're almost getting twice that much anyway. I think that makes a lot of sense.
There you go, guys. Nailing this one right here. We're going to take some off as it gets into the 80s here. Looking great for us here. Letting the momentum try to crack here.
Yeah, I mean, I just make money doing what I'm doing, and so I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing,
Alright, guys. This took a little bit off there. It was kind of getting a little bouncy for me, but I'm going to take a little bit off there and just leave the rest.
Oh, is your window up? Do you want me to put you up?
Yeah, you can put it up. It's
Okay.
not a big deal.
Ooh, man, Mitch is killing it. Look at Mitch.
Bounce back, man.
Yeah.
Long the VIX too, and I really like that bounce off the 36.15.
Look at that
I'm only
P&L.
risking $12 there.
Hey, good work, dude.
Yeah,
Looks
I
like
came
good.
back from a $90 loss in Penn, so
Yeah.
there you go. Looks good there. There's the VIX up to the 30s. Looking great. We want to see the SPY start heading down now. Big movement in the SPY. Volume, I want it to increase on the downward action. So it's starting to break that kind of increase there on the 5-minute. Let's see if we can get a big candle here to really lead us through the 290s.
That's good. All right, guys, we got Carol here. Yeah, I'm up like $160 on the day. Small, but solid. Hey, what happened to the logo? Yeah, there's a slight delay. Any Trade Ideas stream is going to be a slight delay.
All right, guys, breaking through the 80s here. Let's see if we get through it and get to the 70s.
No, Lord, you have to make which I think it's over $50, but I think what he's referring to is how much you spend on the package. So like $3.99. And so like, yeah, you got to make $3.99 to basically be break even, which is fine. I think that is a small amount relative to the amount of buying power they actually give you.
All right, guys. I had said that I'd take profit there, so I'll take it.
All right, baby.
That's the low of the day
From
right there.
Arrow Food Up.
Kind of the low part that I thought would bounce. So I'm going to take it there. Not a bad trade there. $113. And we were down 90 to begin with. So this is a more than $200 trade. And we're back in this. Yeah, there might be a slight delay. It's probably about 30 seconds, a minute. And the reason why that is because of Trade Ideas, guys. We have these Trade Ideas scanners that you guys see to the left. Those Trade Ideas scanners are monthly and over $100 product. So the only way Trade Ideas allows us to give you guys access to that is by delaying the stream slight amount.
Yeah, she bought the pool already, so it's like a 16-inch. But yeah, that's what the delay is. There's a slight delay. But yeah, if you want to check out Trade Ideas, they do have their test drive coming up, starting in 3 days. So next Monday, the test drive starts, and basically for $8.99, they allow you to try them out for 2 weeks, I think. And so here's that link. If you ever thought about using Trade Ideas, you could try out 2 weeks of their services for $9. Which, to put it into perspective, like I pay $118 a month, and so being able to try a few weeks for $9 is pretty cheap. Oh, not 16 inch, 16-foot pool. Sorry, that'd be the tiniest mouse pool ever. You know.
My boy got a paper cup.
I got a mouse pool.
Solo cup. A solo cup. A red solo cup.
Yeah, an insect pool. You know. A foot bath. Yeah, 100%.
More like a toe bath.
Yeah. But yeah, we bought it already. She bought it yesterday. She called me when I was on stream and bought it.
All right, guys. If you guys weren't here earlier, didn't hear about it, we did kind of open up a new channel, guys. It's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be more completely different than day trading. We're gonna focus more on kind of business ideas that John can bring in, especially kind of these incomes at home. You know, there's plenty of ways to make income at home, and I know John knows plenty of ways to do it. So we'll definitely take a look at it, guys. We'll put up the kind of the link to the new channel right here. We don't have any videos, but we'll be putting some out. We'll also be doing more of a long-term investment outlook on this channel. And the real key is not necessarily to make picks, but to kind of start understanding financials. Too many traders out there don't understand how to look at financials, look at stories, find the hot stocks, you know? And that's what we'll pretty much be going through, and kind of going through the understanding of having a scientific approach towards long-term trading.
Yeah, for sure. Here's the link for that. Yeah, there's the link. Somebody else asked, so you get access to trade ideas if you sign up today. Yeah, at the end of the market.
Yeah, guys. Trade ideas. The test drive coming on Monday, but you can sign up for it already. I think it's just $8. Check it out, guys.
Yeah, guys, and like I said, sub to the new channel. Like I said, this weekend I'm gonna have a video. Like I said, if I told you guys about the blog that I recently purchased on Flippa.com, I recently purchased a blog that actually has really solid numbers. It gets thousands and thousands of organic Google ranked traffic per month. It makes money through affiliate advertising, and it's a premium blog. And so to unlock some of the blog posts, you have to pay a premium for it. And so it's kind of right in my wheelhouse where, you know, I know a lot about online businesses. And again, to put it into perspective, I run 2 Amazon businesses. I'm a real estate agent. I'm a freelance web developer specializing on front end JavaScript, HTML, CSS, like React and stuff like that. Then I run this YouTube and I day trade. And so like online businesses or businesses in general is like my specialty. And so on this new channel, we're going to be breaking down what to look for if you're going to buy or build an online business, where the edge is at right now in the online business market, and where the edge is not. You know, like I said, I'll be breaking down my Amazon business as well, both of them. Which ones make the most money, and I'll also be breaking down Amazon businesses that are oversaturated, because there are, you know, FBA specifically is pretty saturated right now, and it takes a lot of money to invest in. And so that's the stuff we're going to be going over on the channel. It's going to be a free resource just like this one, and community. And so yeah, go check out the link. It's right there. Mitch is going to be the long-term investing guy, Hunter, and so Hunter's asking, is it going to be dividend growth based or looking at news and interpreting?
Well, like I talked about, my biggest thing with long-term investment is not necessarily to rely on, let's say, one specific number, let's say EPS, or an approach to just growth or value. My approach is more of a story approach. I like to find stories. Stories meaning, like we talked about a little bit earlier about Peloton, but you could talk about another story I talked about earlier this week, and I talked about last week, is the movie theaters. Movie theaters story right now is a really negative one. Universal Production Studios put out a movie straight from kind of production to the on-demand, and this changed the game in theater. And the story now is going to be how many of these production studios are going to skip the movie theaters and also put out the video in a more expensive way, but straight to demand.
Right.
And I think straight to demand is the way to go with movies nowadays. Netflix does really well with brand new movies. Why? Because brand new movies at demand of your house, I'll watch it. You know, a lot of people are going to watch it, and a lot of people are willing, I think, to pay even $20, $30 to watch a movie at their house if they don't have to go to the movie theaters in these COVID times. So the story is really negative for those theater companies. So that's how kind of more I like to take the approach, and that's how the channel is going to be taking the approach. It's not necessarily to take picks, it's to understand industries and understand financials. And the only way to really do that is to start practicing it, guys. Is to start kind of coming up with these theories, watching them play out, and then really seeing how the investors react to them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and the new videos for the second channel are going to be dropping this weekend. Like I said, my first video is going to be walking people through the process of buying and selling online businesses on a website called flippa.com. And so I'm going to go over how you can, if you're a web developer, how you can make money selling. And if you're looking to just get started with a quick entry for online businesses by just paying for an online business on Flippa, I'm going to go over what I got with my package, or what I got with my purchase, what to look for and what to look out for. Because there's some things that you want to be careful with on websites like that, and there's other things that you want to specifically look for. And so in that, we're going to go over all of that in that first video. And then Mitch is going to be reviewing, longer term investing in stocks. Yeah, the link for the new channel is here. Alright, so the market's squeezing up here. The SPY is testing those previous highs, as you can see up here. So this is a big level, 291 or so, 291.50, maybe 291.30s. Big resistance level there. The high of the previous opening range high was at 291.37. And so 291.40 roughly is what I'm going to call that, and that's a big level to watch too. I mean, not true, Alex. I paid for The Invisible Man. I paid $20 for it, rented it for $20, and I also paid for another one. I can't remember which one it was, but I paid for a few theater movies that came out. Because, I mean, think about it. When you go to a theater, you're spending... I know every time I go to a theater, I'm spending $75 because I'm buying way too much food. I'm buying all these different concessions. And so with that, spending $20 at home where I can eat is actually going to save me money. Plus, you could get as many people as you want in the same room and watch it instead of buying an individual ticket for everybody. And so it's actually a cheaper way.
All right, guys, answering a question here from the chat. It was from Kenny. He said that if I know that I look at stories, but when I look at the charts, what am I looking for in a long-term approach? And really what I try to look at, guys, is more weekly charts. Weekly charts tell you kind of a better sentiment of the overall stock. Daily charts are more of daily moves. A lot of intraday traders look at daily charts. Longer term traders have a tendency of looking even further out, weekly, quarterly, and kind of understand the stock story and what's to happen. Let's say consumer cyclical stocks. Sometimes people get into, let's say, Pepsi or Coke later on in the year because it usually rotates and gets positive. Stuff like that. Those are stories. And those are the stories we're going to be looking for, guys. And the fun part really about this is not necessarily to be dead on. It's to start developing the skill so that you can do your own research. And that's really what I want to teach you guys, is how to develop your own skills and do your own research on these long-term plays, and then develop your own approach, because that's what trading's all about, guys. It's building up processes, understanding how to really take a look at financials, technicals, and industries as a whole. And this in the long term will definitely help you out.
All right, SPY's breaking highs, guys. It's starting to push, not highs of the day, but it's breaking that previous high at 291.40 I talked about. It's technically below it. We'll see if it holds here. You have to have an account to get the charting, but yeah, that's probably that might be accurate as well. Try more. Yeah, people. That is an interesting dynamic of it, where people are gonna end up stealing the movies and posting those. That might.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what it's really about, guys. That's what I want to see. Stuff like that, because that's really what it's all about. It's we're going to be going through these stories. Some people will be bulls. Some people will be bears. And that's really the important part. It's kind of going through it, understanding different points, different views. And in the end, at least from what I've noticed, and even long-term investment, there's no one way to win. So you have to develop a process. I'm going to be trying to work at that process, and also show you guys as I work through that research. Sometimes I might be dead on, sometimes I might be dead off. There's been times I've been correct, and there's been times where I've been wrong, and that's going to happen, guys. When I first started looking at Peloton, I was a bear. I didn't believe in it. I said, why would you need a workout bike at home? Well, wouldn't you want to just bike? I mean, I'm in Denver. There's a lot of people that bike in the woods and bike outdoors and bike on a daily basis. But now with this whole COVID thing, the story changed, guys. And I had to become a bull. You got to know when to change your call. And in Peloton, that it changed. The story changed. It no longer was just about working out at home. It was about staying safe and working out at home.
Yep. Yeah, so 162 up on the day. I don't know if I told you guys that. I don't know. I'm going to wait to see if the SPY breaks any highs, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I can at least say that the VIX turned around, broke that support. Be concerning if it comes back around that 36.25. But if it never goes back up there, I wouldn't even see the SPY breaking down for the end of the day. But that's going to be it for me, guys. Up a significant amount, at least for the day. Bringing back kind of a tough week, and sometimes you got to know when to call it. I'll call it this week and come back on Monday with a good approach. Like always, guys, if you guys want to stick with us, the platform that John and I use every single day, it really is a trading package. It lets you go ahead, and it's really good for the beginner trader. I always talk about one share trading. And that's what I think really TradeNet can really help you guys. It has a low commission. It's a high quality platform, gives you a demo account to even practice, and some training information. I can't stress this enough, guys. There's too many traders out there trying to go way too big, way too quick. So a trader asked me this question in our Discord. And I think it was one of the best questions I've gotten, and I even told him about it. It was one of the best questions I've gotten in a long time. What's the number one tip you would give day traders now that you've had this years of experience? The number one tip that I would give is to start small.
100%.
Can't stress this enough, guys. Start small. Because starting small will always give you an ability to learn your process and not stress so much on the hardest part of trading, which is the emotional side. You know, you can buy a strategy, you can find them free. But what I can't teach guys is execution and how to handle emotions. That has to be up to you guys, and you guys have to work on that skill. So like always, guys, what we recommend, if I had one suggestion for a brand new trader to get to the level that I kind of received after years of experience, it would be to start small.
Yeah, for sure. And starting small is the key. In the end, it takes years to really learn. No matter what anybody wants to say or anything like that, it takes years to learn, guys. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not something that people are just going to pick up and just start making all this money and paying their bills with. It's just not like that. That's not what trading is. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit. That's not what trading is. Trading takes years to really learn, and even then you haven't quite mastered it. And not everybody's even successful. You might put a lot of time into trading and then lose money in the end. And so the wise thing to do as a trader is to start very small, because overall that's what it's going to take for you to really learn how to trade correctly and accurately. And it's not something that you're just going to pick up and just start banking all this money with. It's just not. No matter what anybody says, a lot of times people are going to tell you just buy this course or do this and that. But the reality is you have to be prepared to lose money for years if you ever eventually want to make money with it. And that's something that not a lot of people are okay with or cool with. You know, most people aren't ready for that. Most people instead are thinking that they're going to just get rich quick and just going to start making all this money in trading. And again, it's really just not like that, team. It's not like that at all. And you have to understand that and have reasonable expectations for it. Because if you don't, it's just going to be twice as hard to actually do it one day. So I hope everybody understands that and what I'm really trying to get across with that. In the end, you know, it's all subjective. It's going to vary from person to person. But the reality is that it takes years to really do correctly and successfully. And, you know, it's a very difficult thing to do overall. So I hope that makes sense to everybody. If you want to check out the same platform that we're using, I'll post this link here and you can check us out. And yeah, with all that said, I think we're just about done for the day, right?
Yep. One last question to answer here. Just wanted to get to him. I know he put it up twice, and
Yeah, you're good.
want to get to him. Gordon King, question: do you think now that there's no one on the trading floor, is it less volatile? And then he asked, kind of to adding to the question, do you think that now that there's no one less, it makes it less volatile, just the machines trading? And really, Gordon, what happened was the NASDAQ market makers are still working. They're just working from home. And these programs, you know, they're very advanced that these market makers use. I think it actually created more volatility by traders and market makers not being so close together. I think market makers work together a lot of the times, and this kind of separated them with distance. But technology is so advanced. Remember, they're using algorithms that make the decision for them. A lot of the times, it's not necessarily left up to more of the market maker's decision. So, is it less volatile? I would say we're in a more volatile environment. With the stock NASDAQ, you know, the trading floor not really being taken up, it doesn't mean that there's no one working the trading floors. Right. I think that's what you got to always remember.
Yeah, people working there. I mean, the reality is that like most of it's electronic now. Most trading's electronic. As for the own trading floors, they are definitely have less volume there. There's definitely less people, but it ultimately doesn't matter because online trading is going to compensate way more with that. Like online trading is going to bring so much more volume into the market than the physical trading floors ever did. And so, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, yeah, for sure, there's definitely more volume now. There's algorithms, there's retail traders that can access it from their living room, and that by itself is just going to cause a lot more volume in the market and a lot more people trading in general. Yeah, SPY just broke highs, but it just pulled back some, so interesting level here.
Those 292s today, if those break out, I'm telling you, it's going to be a different environment because the bears were definitely thinking that the 290s were going to hold a little bit. So I think that would be the flip of sentiment. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on it for the day. Also, guys, whenever you guys, I did see a question up there. There was a big question about when you see these huge wicks on SPY. A lot of the times there's the major kind of order routes that we have, like let's say the NASDAQ, the Edge, or the bats. And what you get when you get those wicks on the SPY is an order that was placed on kind of these weird exchanges, these exchanges that really trade at bigger ranges, bigger bids and ask pricing. So sometimes when you see on the level 2 that these kind of weird kind of order route, that order route sometimes will have like a big trade that goes through it, and the trade, you'll see it, like, let's say if it was on the SPY right now, you'll see an order go through at like 280s, and you're like, how did it get an order in at 280s? Well, the reason is that the route is that's being picked. That market is a little bit more wide, and so that's where you're seeing these kind of extreme pricings come from. I had to do research to understand that also, because I would see those extreme wicks also, and that's what it's from, guys. It's from other routes that are further out from the bid and the ask price.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, guys, in the chat I posted our new channel. Like I said, we're going to drop those videos this weekend, so go check those out. Yeah, guys, I guess that's about it. Good luck in the markets, team. Let's do this tomorrow. We'll be posting some free content on this channel as well tomorrow, so we'll have some more content on this channel. Probably do another live stream like we've been doing. I think people have really been enjoying those, and so we're going to do that. And then we're also going to drop some of our new videos on our second channel as well, and the link is in the chat there. Good luck, guys. Make sure to hit the like button. We got 105 likes in here, 102 likes, and so hit that like button if you haven't already. We do this live for free every single weekday, and so we appreciate the love, guys. Hit that subscribe button. We definitely appreciate all the support we can get. Good luck in the market, and we'll see you guys this weekend. Have a good day, guys.
Take care, traders.